Hi, good evening. I'm going to present a small review of a book that is published by Oxford India Press, and the name of the book is India Islamic Traditions from 711 to 1750, and this book is edited by Richard M. Eaton. In this book, you can find very good, interesting history of India that generally talk about uh, British government and the root of Islamic traditions. Why I am telling you the British government? Because British had came in the later 17th century, but you will also know about how much the root of Islamic traditions is persistently existed in India since 711. For 1,000 years before the advent of British power, a great variety of Islamic traditions also appear in India. But later, an conversation of Sufi, vernacular, epic, visual art, qawwali, music, commentaries on the Quran, and historical chronicles. So, romance, literature, folk, ballads, and much more the things were going on. The essay in this book, some of them classic, some written especially for inclusion here, so place such as tradition in their historical context and address some basic questions in relation to Islam's. So first part of the volume explored the different ways in which Muslim and non-Muslim represented each other across 10th century of India history and the historical circumstances that shaped these various representations also. So the second part examines how Islamic traditions were related to the exercise of power during the long period of Muslim rule over much of India. So the third and fourth part focus on particular genre of Islamic traditions, history, romance, literature, law, and Sufi and Shia traditions as well. So the final part look at how Islamic law talk about the modules and the unique culture of particular region in South Asia. So part of the prestigious concept theme in Indian history series, this reader will benefit a student and teacher of medieval Indian history and religious study, as well as inform general reader interested in the Islamic heritage of the subcontinent. So let's we talk about the compositions of the books, and it is divided in subclassical way. So part 1 representing self and other, epic and counter epic in the medieval India, that is Aziz Ahmad, and another historians have also written about in this, like Islamic thought is portions written by the Johann Friedman, and even the third chapter is compiled by medieval encounter between Hindu and Muslim Eknath drama poem Hindu Turk Sambad. So Eleanor Joliet has also written there, inscribing the other inscription self Hindi Muslim identity in the pre-colonial India, Cynthia Talbot. Even then the part 2, the religion and the political power. So the novelty under Akbar and the development of the religious policy 1560 to 80, Iqtidar Alam Khan, jizya and the state in India during the 17th century, Satish Chandra, the sociology of political engagement, Mahadwe and the state, Derry and Maclean, and some general characteristic analysis, Peter Hardy, that is written there, and the amazing joy, the desire and narratives in Hindavi Sufi romance around 1503, the Adya Behel, and Hanifi fiqh in Mughal India, the Fatwai Alamgiri It is written by Alan M. Jenthers. And the Sufi Sheikh as a source of authority in medieval India. Simon Digbe, the political and the religious authority of the shrine of Baba Farid, Richard M. Athens, and creating the tradition through the devotional song and communal script. Khoja Ismailis in the South Asia, that is written by alias Asani. So the popular Shiaism, J.R. Cole. So many people have given the contributions in that. But Islam in the religions portion, impact of Islam in Kashmir in Sultanate periods, Muhammad Ishaq Khan in search of equivalence, conceiving the Muslim Hindu encounter through the translation theory, Tony K. Stewart, and religious vocabulary and the regional identity, a study of Tamil, Chera Purram, the life of the Prophet Vasudha Narayan. So let's we start from the introductions portions, and that is generally written by the Richard M. Athens, and he is saying that India is severely shaken in December 1992 when religious activists demolished the Babri Masjid on Ayodhya. So Uttar Pradesh is built in 1528 by the first Mughal emperor. So unprecedented in the recent history, this act dramatically brought late 20th century, and so Indian face to face with their pre-colonial past. Another hand, we talk about we all live today in the 1026 to 1528 and 1992. So presented the wrote Said Amin 4 years after the incident, and note in 1757 to 1885, 1947. Many were estimated to raise the rethink long dormant questions. How did South Asia become the home of the Muslims and then who live in the entire Middle East? How were the religion and state power related in the pre-colonial times, and how did Muslim in the political authority interest with non-Muslims? So more fundamentally, is Islam the best understood as a foreign intrusions in South Asia, or even in the course of the more than the 12th century, and Muslim and Islam traditions became identified as a natural element of India and cultural landscape. So what exactly were those traditions, and how did they change over the time or vary from the region to region, which South Asia is generally talking about? So these are some of the questions addressed by the contributor to the present volumes, and it is aim of the introductory essay to assess the state of scholarship and respecting the Indian Islamic traditions that emerged between 711 to 1750, to chart the changing way that scholars have thought about them, and especially in the decades since 1947. So, and to locate the debate and concerning these traditions with large interpretive framework. So for the study of history is a dynamic enterprise. So where pre-colonial Islamic traditions are concerned, as well with the theme in the Indian history, historians are not only finding new way, just like answering the age-old question, they are asking a new one in the following page. This introduction, some of these questions are highlighted for extended discussion, just like the namely we talk about. So there are multiple questions that they have also put up. So what are the exactly the Islamic traditions, and the what way the Islamic tradition can be celebrated? So this portion talk about generally the way what the Islamic tradition is taught, completely consisting. I will talk about in the next video how and what will Islamic traditions come into the existence in India, and we will also discuss about their lacuna and religious prospect. Thank you everyone.